My teenage daughter saw one of my thumbnail pictures and she grimaced. Seriously, like this was her face. Don't you think that's a little cringy, Mom? My response, yeah, probably. But you know what? I don't care. I think it's funny. And you know what? That is the total truth. I don't care. I know that I'm not young and beautiful or thin or flashy in any way, shape, or form. So what? I've got a lot of what those young, beautiful, thin, and flashy folks here on YouTube don't have. I've got wrinkles and I've got a whole lot of living behind me, and that equals experience. And you know what else it equals? Wisdom. Oh, and the other thing that it equals is a whole lot of I don't give a crap if people think that I am cringy. Doing those stupid poses for thumbnails is fun and it's funny. Hi, I'm Caroline Angeles, and I am just now starting this great adventure of posting YouTube videos. I've posted 8 so far. You probably want to know more because I'm assuming that you're someone who's thinking about starting a channel or just started one too. I would want to know the specifics of how it's going after 8 videos if I were you watching this video. So let's talk about why I'm here on YouTube in the first place. And then I'll break down all the deets about how it's going so far. One of the reasons that I wanted to start doing the YouTube thing is because I really need to lose weight. Okay, I know that might sound funny, but I'm being serious. I have a torn meniscus and my knee doesn't like to bend at all. And if it does, it's crazy painful. So, anyway, the doctors won't clean it out or repair it or whatever they do to torn meniscuses. Menisci? Because they say that I'm bone on bone and I need a complete knee surgery and that cleaning it or repairing it or whatever wouldn't do any good. That sounds great. I mean, I don't mean that it sounds great to have surgery because, who wants to have surgery, especially to replace a body part, right? But if that's the solution, then let's do it. Except they won't because they say I'm too fat. Well, they were nicer when they said that. But that was the point that they were getting at. So, what's that have to do with YouTube? Well, I figured that since I'm about to embark on a weight loss journey, and since having a channel has always been kind of in the back of my mind, then why not start now as an extra motivation to lose weight? Turns out that in order to have a channel about weight loss, you actually need to lose weight. Crap. Yeah, that would be a problem since I've spent my entire life trying to do just that. And well, even with the pressure of needing surgery, I'm still struggling. I'm not there yet. I got a lot of emotional reasons why I'm so attached to this weight, which is something that I talk about in one of my videos in case you're interested. I'll post it at the end of this one. Okay, like I was saying, I have a pretty strong emotional attachment to my heaviness. That's why I'm working on it in therapy. I'm making lots of progress with lots of things, but so far the weight is being pretty darn stubborn. So I pivoted and I started focusing on what is really going on in my life right now. And that's me healing from a brain injury, being out of work because of that brain injury, and being cut off of disability insurance, despite the fact that, I have a stinking brain injury and I'm not healed yet. And what all of that mess that's happened to me in the past year and a half has done for me is to throw me into some kind of wicked depression and the need to reinvent my life and start all over again at 54. Wahoo! Isn't life fun? However, it turns out that mess, including the depression and losing my sole source of income, is actually becoming one of the greatest blessings of my life because I've had to change my thinking in the way that I see the world and the way I move around in it. I'm experiencing amazing personal growth and I'm happier than I've ever been. So that's what my new focus is on. Being a 50-something-year-old who is in the middle of changing her life and sharing all the things that went into making that necessary in the first place and all of the things that will come out of it as I go along, learn more, and see my life unfold in a whole new way. But is this going to fly as a channel? Do people really want to hear about my crazy mixed up life and how I'm working on fixing myself? I had serious doubts about it, so I kept putting it off. But over time, I'm scrolling through YouTube and I start noticing that there are lots of folks just like me, older, normal folks who are sharing their stories. And I'm also noticing that there's a heck of a lot of people who seem interested in following normal folks like me. So the question became, why not? Why not share my life and my story? I've been through a lot of kind of not so fun things in life, including a traumatic, crappy childhood, years wasted pining over a guy that would never love me. It actually turns out later that he came out of the closet, which, explains a lot, but still didn't make all of those years of heartache go away. And I've survived being married to a narcissistic man who abused me physically and did a number big time on me mentally. I am raising 3 awesome kids on my own, and I'm dealing with brain damage. What's not to share? My life has been pretty crazy, and I'm hoping that as I share things that I've gone through and the things that I've learned throughout life and what I'm going through now, that maybe, just maybe, I will help someone else feel like they aren't alone. Like there is someone out there who gets them. Like there's hope when we go through hard things, that sometimes the hard things we go through turn out to actually be worth it because of the growth and the life lessons we learn, and because life is better after. Not that we would willingly choose to go through those things again. So that's my number one reason for starting my channel. Hope. I think in this crazy world, we could all use a giant helping of hope and connection. I personally could use a lot of that myself. The second big reason for me deciding to start a YouTube channel is because I want to do work that is meaningful, something that makes a difference. The job that I had before I lost it due to my brain damage, it was good. It was stable with decent pay. I worked with great people. Everything was good, but it wasn't great because it didn't light me up. It didn't get me excited to hop out of bed in the morning. On the other hand, do you know what does get me excited? Personal growth, psychology, and why we are the way that we are. Unraveling this complicated, wonderful, but difficult at the same time life that we are all living. I could talk about that kind of stuff for days on end. It's my jam. It's my thing. It drives my kids nuts. I love all things self-helpy and self-improvement, probably because I am such a big mess myself and I'm just trying to figure out how to do better in life. I actually took a year off of work a while ago to start a business of selling these little jars and beads for keeping track of goals. And my friend said that I should make it into a course, because I love self-helpy stuff. So I did. I spent a whole year hammering out this amazing course on how to accomplish goals and how to change your mindset. But I never launched it because I couldn't. How could I possibly tell people how to do something that I still haven't figured out for myself? I would love to have a course. I would love to teach others in some way. I want to because I'm a teacher at the very core of me. My first career was teaching English to middle schoolers in South Central LA. And teaching English to kids in South Korea for a year or two. I love teaching and relating to people, but I couldn't very well teach something that I didn't know. So I gave up on the beads and the jars and the goals and the course, and I went back to an unfulfilling job. But now, because I can't work a normal job just yet while my brain is healing, it's like life is giving me a second chance to take a stab at doing what I love. But this time, instead of teaching, I'm just going to be sharing as I do the learning myself. I guess it's more fun to watch someone go through the process of change and transformation anyway, right? So that's my number 2 reason. To do something meaningful, something that lights me up and makes me feel like sitting down to do some real work. I am still planning on rolling out those gold beads and jars in a bit, along with some other things that I want to sell because I still feel like they are awesome and they're inspiring, and I love me some inspiring stuff, especially if it's inspiring and beautiful too. But I feel like I'm being pulled in this direction. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do first. It's what I'm supposed to be working on now. Plus, doing this channel just kind of seemed like more fun. So that's my third reason. Fun. I've done a lot of work on this so far, but I've also enjoyed almost every single part of it. I don't particularly care for some of the research parts of doing this, but planning the videos, filming the videos, and even editing them has been a lot of fun to me. And I think that making the thumbnails is a total blast. I'm still figuring everything out, but so far I am really enjoying myself. So that's it. Those are my big reasons for being here. So I promised you that I would take a minute to tell you about how YouTube is going for me so far. I started out before Christmas about a month or so ago. And then, like I talked about before, I figured out that weight loss was not going to work for me. So I switched gears. I didn't mean to change topics, especially only after a couple of videos, but it's better that I figured that out in the beginning before I got too far in, right? Plus, it was Christmas break for my kids, and I got sidetracked with life for a little while. So that kind of wasted some time, but kind of not because I got the fear of posting out of the way. And that was a biggie because sometimes just getting started is the hardest part, right? One of those videos got a little bit of traction. I don't know, it was like 250 views or something like that. And a couple of the shorts that I clipped from those videos also got some views, like each one of them getting about 500 or so views. But other than that, I'm sitting in the low double digits for the first 5 videos. And when I say low, I mean, they're under 20. So last weekend, I posted 2 new videos and I got almost no response. And last night, I posted a new video, and this one I'm posting today. I have 26 subscribers and about 1.8 thousand views. And I know that sounds terrible and it feels terrible, but on the other hand, I'm just excited that 26 people thought that I was interesting enough to click and subscribe because that's pretty stinking cool. So how am I feeling about all of this? Well, truthfully, it's kind of hard not to feel nervous. I mean, I am putting all my stuff out there for the world to see, right? Like, especially me. My videos are pretty personal and it's a lot of work to make these videos. A lot. A lot. So, of course, I would like to see some kind of, I don't know what I would call it, not reward, but, just some kind of action, seeing things moving along, especially when you see some people on here, like this one 60-year-old lady who, by the way, looks like she's only 40. Anyway, she posted, I don't know, 6 videos and got monetized within 5 weeks. And she brought in almost $5,000 that first month. I mean, that's kind of hard to compare yourself to. So anytime I am tempted to compare, I just have to stop and I have to take a deep breath and I have to remember that I'm just now starting and I'm just now learning and it's okay for me to take some time. Okay, that's where things stand for so far. I consider my first 5 videos to be kind of practice runs, so it's actually exciting that I got any views at all. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. And that's it. I'm glad you're here, and I hope that you're glad you're here with me. Please give me a like and a comment. Tell me something about you. Are you thinking about starting a channel too? Did you just start like me? Oh, and please subscribe to help me get this thing going. I'm planning to share lots of stories and life lessons, and especially what I'm learning on this journey of changing my mindset and my life. Good things are coming. Take care of yourself, and see you soon.